Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story.
So this is the Canyon Speedmax CF. I went for the model with the SRAM AXS etap. So that comes with a 10/28 cassette on the rear, so you've basically got 12 speed, and then a 50/37 on the crank. So obviously that's a smaller crank length than you would ride with if you're riding with Shimano, but obviously the extra 10 on the cassette means that you're still pretty good on the flats. It also comes with SRAM disc brakes. This particular setup also came with ZIPP Firecrest wheels, so that's a 404 on the front and an 808 on the rear. I've made a couple of aftermarket changes. So in terms of the bar setup, I went to see Matt Bottrill for a bike fit. Anyone in the UK has probably heard of him. He's the aero wizard in the UK, won tons of national time trials and done lots of triathlons as well. So he advised me to change the cockpit setup. So I've got drag to zero, risers, sync pads and cups, drag to zero bars with these fantastic little covers here, which are really grippy, really good to grip onto. I've also got this drag to zero, I don't know what you call it here, but plate that you basically can screw a bottle cage in. Anyone who's eagle-eyed will notice it's the wrong way round, and that's because I use a profile design torpedo there. And then I've also got this 76 Garmin Mount here. My bike is set up very much for Ironman, which is why I've got two further bottle cages down here. And then I paid for the Canyon rear bottle cage mount, and I've put two further bottle cages there. I use one of those for spares when I'm riding. This Physic saddle, the jury's still out for me on this really. For 3-hour rides or less I'm fine, but I find on the 6-hour rides it's not as comfortable for me, so at some point I'll probably swap that out. The bike also has this little bento box here. I find I can only get a couple of bars in there really, so it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. The bike did come with like a little rubber cover thing here for spares, but I removed it because I didn't find it too much use, in all honesty. It was a bit flimsy, but it is a fantastic bike. It is very, very quick. The ZIPP wheels, when they get up to speed, they really do roll very, very well, and I found them pretty good in crosswinds. Compared to a Cervelo P3 that I previously owned, I find this far more stable, and I love riding it. I prefer riding this to my road bike in many ways. For anyone who's never ridden a TT bike, particularly if you're a triathlete and you're thinking of making the switch, for me personally, on a rolling course in the same conditions, same exact power, I found that I'm about 1 mile an hour faster over, say, 20 miles. So if you do the maths, you know, on a 70.3, that's going to save you at least 6-7 minutes, I would have thought, and hopefully run better off the bike. And on an Ironman, it's going to make a significant difference. Obviously, if you're much faster, you're probably going to find that the aero savings are even bigger. But if you are thinking about making the switch from a road bike to a TT or triathlon bike, I would highly recommend it, because I've found it's made a big difference to me. All right, thanks very much. Cheers, bye-bye.